Hi, so we're here at Mobile World Congress 2017 in Barcelona. I'm Scott Ferguson for Light Reading, and we're talking with Philippe Morin, the COO of EXFO.
Right.
Nice to
Good
see
morning.
you.
Yeah,
Morning.
nice to see you.
So the industry right now is going through a lot of transformations. What are sort of like the big trends that you're seeing, and what is kind of affecting your industry the most?
So at a high level, when you start off, our consumers and businesses are going through a very insatiable appetite for more bandwidth, more video, and being connected. And on the enterprise side, the movement to cloud, as you and I would be talking about, is becoming one of the major trends. So our customer base, which is the service providers, we sell to over 90% of the top 100 service providers, are looking at ways to transform the network to meet that appetite for more bandwidth from both residential and enterprise. And so we're helping them with those transformation, and they're looking at modernizing their fiber, modernizing their wireless network, they're modernizing their overall core network. And so that modernization transformation is what we see as a major trend. So obviously being here at Mobile World Congress, it's a lot of wireless, but transformation to 5G, IoT. But that's what we're seeing as the major trends here. So
Okay.
More bandwidth, more transformation from a cloud, more virtualization.
What is EXFO's role in helping that industry transform?
Yeah, so our role, so we sell to 90% of the top 100 service providers. We sell to the Web 2.0, looking at data-centered interconnect. So our focus is really to help them transform these networks because they have to respond to these market trends. So they need more fiber to the home, fiber to the industry. They need more bandwidth to the antennas. Obviously, being here, a lot of discussion around getting to the next generation in terms of the network to 5G and with IoT. So our job is really helping our service provider transform their network. And we're doing that by making sure that good enough testing isn't just good enough anymore, because the network gets virtualized, you need more automation, more intelligence. So really we're here to help them transform the network, and we're doing that by providing what we call solutions around test automation and 3D analytics.
We talked a little bit beforehand about boosting the IQ of the network. Can you explain a little bit about that and what role the company plays with that?
So by helping our customers transform the network, we're really saying we're there to help them bring more intelligence and what we call it smarter networks insight. And sometimes we'll say more like casually boosting your network's IQ. And so what we're saying is a lot of our customers know how to deploy these networks and do a lot of work on the architecture. But what we bring is that capability to actually bring more intelligence, more automation, and more capability to help them have better visibility of what's happening in the network.
And also too, can you explain a little bit about when your company is talking about this, about test orchestration as well as 3D analytics, real-time 3D analytics? Can you explain those two terms a little bit and what they mean, and again, how EXFO is sort of involved with that?
So being experts ourselves in network tests and analytics, when we say test orchestration and when we say 3D analytics, are basically two ways of really summarizing our portfolio strategy. On the test orchestration side, it means all the different tests, from starting from the lab to when you turn up a network or to when you operationalize a service, being able to automate all your test scripts and your test processes and bringing them into a much more orchestrated way is what we mean by test orchestration. And on 3D analytics, it's important for us to provide a view to our customers, not only at the network level, but at the service level and all the way down to the subscriber level, therefore the 3D. So bringing intelligence at our 3 dimensions of network, subscriber, and service level.
Okay. And when you're doing network testing and the analytics, this is such a competitive market. So when you're going to your customers, how do you present it to them as saying this will give you the competitive edge you need to make your business work?
So with our solutions, we hope to help our customers with two ways. One is reducing their overall OpEx spend, because through test automation and through all of the automation and scripting that we do, we can lower their initial cost to deploy a new service or turn up a new application like 5G in the future. So that's giving them a competitive edge of being able to offer a solution that's more cost effective. And then on the services revenue front, we do believe that being able to provide them with analytics, they can leverage that to ultimately provide a better customer experience and ultimately increase their revenue with that.
Now, one question I had, and I know we talked about this a little bit, service providers and the cloud, where do you kind of see that going? Because that's an area that I'm interested in. I'm sure you guys are interested in it too. Can you explain a little bit about that and talk a little bit about where your company fits in with that as well?
Yeah, so as the service providers are looking at, first of all, to help the enterprise move into more of a cloud-based solution, which gives them better revenue possibility and overall OpEx improvement, we're helping through the virtualization of our service providers' network. And they're looking at new infrastructure, virtualization, automation, and this is where we're helping them with our 3D analytics and helping them with getting better visibility across the network. And so that trend, as I mentioned earlier, one of the big trends on the residential side, which is video and connection, on the enterprise side is the cloud, the virtualization, and that's where with our test orchestration and 3D analytics, we can help our service provider customer base.
And just as we're wrapping up here, so we are at Mobile World Congress. Yeah. What are you looking for here? What is interesting you in the show beyond what EXFO is doing?
So, I mean, Mobile World Congress, obviously, it's for us, it's probably one of the main events to us to meet our customers, our partners, and people like yourself. The trends for us, it's going to be, everybody will talk about 5G, IoT, artificial intelligence. How does that all map into the customer's network transformation? What's the timing? What are the applications that ultimately are going to drive the business case with these transformations? So really looking forward to this week. I mean, it's a busy week, but it's a great place to be and really get a good feeling of what's happening in our industry.
Philip, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.